Welcome to the Voyager of the Seas in September of 2022. Hey everyone, I'm Patrick from Oakland Travel, and we start off this vlog episode in the main dining room down on deck number 3. And we are leaving after having dinner, so we're walking out here, and I love the main dining room. It's just kind of one of those, it's like you go in, you sit down, and it's just they immediately start to serve you, and we've always been able to kind of get the same waiter and assistant waiter through my time dining, just basically by requesting it. So this is one of the formal nights on the cruise. We had 3 of them because this was a 14-night Arctic repositioning cruise that took the Voyager of the Seas from Europe over Copenhagen, Denmark, over to Norway, then Iceland, then Greenland, and eventually into Boston, Massachusetts. And then, of course, we flew home to Orlando, Florida from Boston. That's where we are. So here we are on the Royal Promenade. I don't know what the deal is with the blue light. Every time we walk through the Royal Promenade on one of these ships, and there's blue light for some reason through, the LED in the ceiling or whatever it is, my camera kind of goes crazy. I don't know. It has a hard time with the blue light for some reason. So some of these vlog episodes like this one, they look a little strange because of the lighting. But the pub here on the Royal Promenade, Deck 5, was busy quite a few times throughout the cruise. We did a couple of sort of scavenger hunt games and other activities that we had put together ahead of time. And the meeting spot for a couple of those was there at the pub because it was nice and central to the promenade. And so here you get the Cafe Promenade, one of my favorite areas of the ship, just because it's just always pizza and cookies and snacks and so forth. And then from there, we're just kind of moving forward. Here you see September the 6th, getting to look at the itinerary. And so we're getting ready to go around the corner here and check out the Diamond Club. And this cruise was in September of 2022, but here it is in August of 2023 when I'm putting this vlog episode together. And just because we record so much footage on these cruises. And one of the things that's come up in the summer of 2023 on the Royal Caribbean sort of blogosphere, the blogs, the social media, etc., has to do with the Diamond Club on the various ships. And it's an interesting problem to have because what's happening is you have so many passengers that are making their way up the ranks of the Crown and Anchor, society, that once they hit Diamond and above, they're able to come into the Diamond Lounge. Well, now there are so many passengers on these ships that are that level of Crown and Anchor, Diamond and above, that the Diamond Club lounges, like this one right here on the Voyager, are starting to become so crowded that a lot of passengers are kind of complaining to Royal Caribbean. And so Royal Caribbean is now trying to figure out what to do with the, I guess you would call it the capacity constraints of the Diamond Club on the various ships. And as you can imagine, some of the ships have a much bigger Diamond Club than others, right? Like to give you an example, this one on the Voyager is actually very nice on Deck 5, plenty of room. On the Mariner of the Seas, which we were on in January of 2022, several months before this cruise, the Mariner of the Seas has a Diamond Club that is just sort of part of the Viking Crown Lounge. It's not very big. It's cozy, but it's definitely nowhere near as big as this one. And then if you get onto the Oasis class ships, like we saw on Harmony of the Seas, which we were on in May of 2022, those ships, because the ship is so big, they've got a pretty good size, Diamond Club. So it's going to vary ship by ship.